So I'm Laura, Laura Jewell-Fear, and I thought today I would, oh, hang on 2 seconds. Now it's full screen, right? Perfect. I do a bit today about psychology, I guess. Um, so, yeah, Laura Jewell-Fear, why humans are terrible entrepreneurs and what you can do about it. So this came from a chat with my husband earlier on in the week. He is, there he is, bless him, my handsome husband. Um, he said to me, "Why are we watching crap on Netflix again?" And I was like, bear in mind, we were going to bed late and it's probably not helped my health right now. Okay. So I come to you as a student and not as an expert by any stretch of the imagination. But it reminded me of some things that I've learned along the way. So I thought I'd give you some top tips. Hopefully, it gives you some value for your business. Now, what do we know about humans? Well, we are innately comfortable. We want to be comfortable. Risk feels out of our comfort zone, and we try to stay safe. And we've got this little thing in the top of our brain called the amygdala, and it's like our caveman or cavewoman that keeps us safe. So bear in mind that little amygdala up there. It's just sometimes a bit counterintuitive to our goals. And the other thing is that we're social animals. Um, and I think some of this sort of social side of stuff since COVID has kind of broken away. So sort of have some nice reminders. So to get the most from your membership here, if you're a member already, business connections in general and in life, hopefully, there's something there that you can take away at the end and just think, oh yeah, that's useful for me. So here's some inspirational leaders for me anyway. Um, and again, coming back to the social side of things, the lady on the left here, a few of you will probably know her. When I started in business 10 years ago, started networking locally, and she knew everyone. She was well connected and she was really lovely. And I thought, when I grow up, I want to be Sean. So, leaders can be everywhere. They don't have to be someone direct to you. But, I can say now, 8 years on from that, no, 10 years on from that, I've made those efforts to get to know people and really, you know, work on being a leader. And I think a leader's different things for different people. Another person that I really find inspiring is this chap here, Pete. So he is my UW mentor, or in my mentorship somewhere anyway. And I found it really interesting that he would sit down on the floor. He's obviously a little bit older than me. Sit down on the floor with my team. He didn't know any of them, and he just sat down with them and had a chat. And there was no seating available, so we literally just sat down on the floor. That's the sort of leader that I would like to follow. Somebody normal who didn't stand over everyone saying how wonderful he was. It's just down to earth and having a chat with everybody. Now, my other pictures haven't loaded, but they are actually Andrew Lindsay, who is our UW president, and he is an Olympic gold rower. So now you'll see a bit of a theme on the old slides. So he's inspirational to me because obviously he's taught me a lot about keeping going with things. So a business boat race. Here's some key ideas that I thought of. Actually, they're not all my ideas. I'm just relaying them to you. So building a team. Now we've got a team sat in front of us right now, haven't we? We've got 1N, Warwickshire Beyond. We'll have other teams as well. Don't be afraid to ask your friends to be your team. Don't be afraid to ask family to be your team, to look out for things. If you don't tell them what to look out for, they won't know. Get a cox. Now, I'm so silly. I'm so sorry. It makes me laugh. But a cox is a person at the front, but interestingly, it's out the opposite way to the rowers. So if you don't know anything about rowing, they're the people that are looking out for other boats. They're looking out for risks. They're looking out for, is everyone moving in the same pace in the same way? Cheerleaders, I kind of alluded to that a minute ago, training our brain to improve, picking up speed. and getting new people to help you. So I'll touch on most of these as we go. So, how can you be the cox? Well, if you're interested in being the cox and leading from the front, give tips in your 60 seconds, make people want to aspire to be like I was like with my friend. She's really helpful. She's really good at sharing tips and connecting people. Um, Also speaking about things that you know a lot about or that you have a good opinion on. These are all really good ways to get yourself out there without being like, buy my stuff or be my friend, and which we know doesn't really work, does it? Um, and when we come back to this, actually, I watched Sarah the other day do a really, really inspirational talk, and it wasn't really about photography. It was about Sarah, but it made everyone in the room love her a little bit more. So, these sorts of things are really good for growing your business. What else can we do? We can be cheerleaders. Now, I know we're pretty good on this team at being cheerleaders with each other. Um, but, if you go to networking meetings, make the time after the meeting to really connect with people on social media. Give them a quick message. And this also helps you in future as well. If you message on LinkedIn, say, Sarah, it was lovely to meet you at that business expo today. Really great to meet you. I loved your sparkly top. One, that helps me remember Sarah if in 6 months' time I've been really bad and not followed up. But also means that I've made that connection. If Sarah felt the same thing as I felt, she can have that conversation with me. Joining Facebook groups and engaging and showing people who you are, it doesn't have to be about business. People will like you for you, and then they want to know about what you do. And again, in the WhatsApp groups that you're in, you can engage more, be involved. Well, I've got 10 minutes now on the left-hand side. I firmly, firmly believe from the success I've had in my business or the successful times in my business, if you gave 10 minutes of your time to everyone else's business every day or every couple of days, it would come back to you tenfold, because that's just how it is, isn't it? We all are social animals, like I mentioned earlier. We all want to be part of something. We want to be liked and loved, respected. Um, and these little things that you can do really help you and your business grow. So, what else can I tell you? I'm a student. I always say that. I am a student. So, these are just things I've learned along the way. Not that I'm perfect by any stretch of the imagination. And most of these things you probably do. Sometimes we just need a bit of a reminder. Like me, while I'm sat there watching Netflix at 12 o'clock at night, we just sometimes need a reminder, don't we? Um, so, being a student, just continually improving your knowledge and being around people that want to grow. That's really good for you. We always want to do that, don't we? There's dates for your diary. There's 1N trainings that you can go on there free if you're part of the membership. One-to-ones, there's so much to be learned from each other, isn't there? Like, Sarah and I, I'm picking on her today. You're welcome. Me and Sarah had a chat the other day, and it was just about something that she'd learned. And I was like, oh, I love this stuff. And we shared that. It was nothing about business, it was just about friendship. But you can learn so much by just talking to other people. It all starts with a little conversation. People in my team, they've got the free UW training, there's loads available there. And again, for your different, your environments that you're in, there'll be continual professional development. I mean, Keith's whole business is about professional development, isn't it? There's plenty of offerings out there that are important for you and your business if you want to improve. So, when you're picking up speed and you're rowing and you got a bit further forward with things, then you just need to keep reminding people about you. So, say what you need in your one-to-one. Like earlier, Tina said about who she'd like to have introduced to her. Keep saying those things, because people, although we meet each other every week, or some people meet each other every month or whatever, we forget unless you're repeatedly told. So don't feel like you're saying over and over again, I'd like this, I'd like this. Just keep reminding people of the types of people that are good for you. Do the same in one-to-ones. And the most important thing I've found in one-to-ones is making action points together. So, me sitting down with Kirsty, let's say, right, I've learnt about Kirsty now. So who do I know that I could put Kirsty with? Or how can I help Kirsty? Could I get on her Facebook? Could I start sharing her things? And just make sure if you're not going to do it there and then, diarise it and do what you said you will. Because then it builds that trust together and you'll trust each other and you'll move forward with your relationship. So, opportunities to seize, of course, when you've got new people coming in, like we've got our 3 visitors today, give them value, make them feel included, welcome them to things, invite them to other things. You can do the same with your own business. Give people value, give them things for free, like, you know, tips on, for me, it'd be tips on how to save money, or, you know, things that you can give for free will make people follow you and make people share you. Um, Posting on social media, you can share people's social medias. You can leave them Google reviews. You know, I haven't actually used services yet, but I could quite easily go to service Google and say, do you know what, this woman, she does amazing photography and I know she makes people feel comfortable. So things like that you can do without being disingenuous, without necessarily having used their services. If you know that you've seen them, they're on your, and you've spoken to them enough to trust them, you know, these are things that you can do for each other that don't cost any money, but they're still supporting each other. Like I say, we're social animals. We love to be supported and supporting. Um, it really has lots of benefits to your health, your business, everything, to really embrace these things. So, at the end of a one-to-one, here's a few tips. Ask yourself, what's been your best client or referral this month? How could you replicate that again? Who would you like to see in the room? And how are you going to help each other? Because these things are really useful to sort of move forward. Like I say, we see each other quite a lot, but sometimes someone will say something and it'll go, ah, I know who that's for. Um, so just keep having those conversations. So at the end of our business boat race, we're almost there. We've got to the end. We're all busy, but don't let your amygdala say, I'm too busy to make business friends. I'm too busy to work on other people's businesses, because if you make those connections and those collaborations, they will pay you back. And if you're a kind of return on investment kind of person, you just have to trust the universe on that one, I think. Give it a go. Sorry, I'm going to cough. Like I mentioned earlier, bringing value to each other is beneficial in so many ways, not just your business, but socially and stress. There's loads of stuff in the books I'm about to give you that'll sort of reinforce this message. But we're not destined to be lonely entrepreneurs. We're destined to be. We're risky, aren't we, as entrepreneur folk? We do take risks, but sometimes we slip into that comfort zone. So it's just like a little reminder. Oh, my other book's not there either. Apparently today my pictures aren't working, but the one on the left did say it's a Simon Sinek book. If you search for Simon Sinek, you'll pretty much find every book about humans. This one's particularly about friendship, and the value of friendship, and maintaining those friendships, and not giving people your residual, but giving them your best. If you really want the best out of, you know, people. Will it make the boat go faster? That's an incredibly inspiring book. It is very much about return on investment. However, it just puts things in perspective for you, especially if you're a people pleaser. It's a great book for you, that is. So, if anyone's curious about earning money or about saving money, that's what I do. I talk about this stuff kind of half my life, really. So that's what I do. There was a lovely QR code on there. It's still not working today, but it doesn't matter. Savewithjewel.co.uk, and find me if you really need me. And have a great day. Remember, comment, like, share, support each other's businesses, because that is really beneficial for everyone. And I hope that's given you some good reminders. Oh, look, there's my QR code. I don't know why it didn't work when I shared it, but there we are. So I'll hand back to you now, Artina, because I'm all hoarse.